Hello everyone. Before we get started, if you enjoyed this video once it's done, please like and share. Also, if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you cut on all notification bells so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. Thank you. My name is Jenna, and I used to babysit. It was something that I would always do to make a little extra money. Whenever there was a parent in our neighborhood that needed a babysitter, I was the first person they would call, and I usually get paid really well. But I stopped doing it, all for one reason. It was a particular kid that I had to babysit, and every time I think of this kid or I say his name, chills run down my body, and I start to shake, and I can't even be around children anymore. That's how scared I am. This little boy, who I won't name, I'll just keep his name confidential, but I will say, he scared the living shit out of me, and I will never, ever babysit again. I just don't know. Each time I think about doing it again, I always have that same scenario that it's gonna be a kid like him. This happened when I was 17 years old. When the bell rang, I left school and I made my way over to the house that I was supposed to babysit at. It was these two parents that were going out of town for the next day and a half, and they needed someone to babysit their kid. He was about 8 years old, and his parents promised to pay well, and in advance they paid me $900, which that was the most I ever made from babysitting. Afterwards, they told me all the rules and the list, what to do for the kid and what not to do. Afterwards, they left. I went up to the little boy's room and I saw him at his desk. He was drawing. I figured that he was a sweet kid and he wasn't doing much of anything. I left him alone so he could continue to draw. I went downstairs and I began to fix up his frozen meal. Afterwards, it was around 4:30 and I called out for him. "Your supper is ready." Afterwards, the boy came downstairs with a paper. I was assuming it was the drawing. He sat down and ate his food. He set the drawing down as well. I wasn't trying to be nosy, but my eyes happened to glance at the drawing. And when I saw the drawing, I nearly jumped back and my hands was over my chest. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It looked like a drawing of someone being killed. It was very scary. I looked at the little boy and I asked him, so what's going on with this drawing right here? Do you want to explain to me what's happening here? And the way that the boy responded was chilling. He stopped eating his food. He stopped chewing midway. And then he swallowed his food and he slowly turned towards me and he said, "It's a picture of me killing you." I walked several feet back as the boy got up from the chair and he grabbed a knife from his pants, and then he slowly turned towards my direction and started to walk, no, run with the knife as he screamed. I freaked out and I ran. I ran all around the house, but the boy would not stop chasing me. He kept on saying, "You're gonna pay, Jenna. You're gonna pay for what you done to my little sister. You're gonna pay. I'm gonna kill you." I stopped where I was going and I turned towards him. Confused, I asked him, "What are you talking about? Your sister? I don't know what's going on here. What do you mean I'm gonna pay? Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I think you need help. You're still grieving, okay? You're looking for someone to blame and I understand. I'm so sorry. I get it. I understand. But don't do this. Don't." "Liar. I saw what you done. It was so heartbreaking I couldn't go to her funeral. I hate that they told me that they were going to let you babysit me because I don't trust you. You're the reason my sister is dead. You killed her. You don't think I saw what you done? I saw what you did to her. You put something in her drink and it killed her." Confused, I stopped running and I walked over there to the little boy as he was running with the knife. I slowly grabbed his hands. He didn't have time to stick me with the knife. I took it away from him, and I held onto the knife. I looked at the little boy, and I told him one last thing. Well, if your sister hadn't watched me steal money from your parents' safe, she would have never died. And now you're becoming a problem. So I gotta get rid of you too. But hey, you'll be joining your sister very soon. And don't worry, I got a good cover story that I'm gonna tell your parents. Someone broke in and someone kidnapped you. And then they killed you. You should have kept your mouth shut, little boy. And afterwards, I slit the little boy's neck. He fell down the floor with blood gushing out of his neck. Afterwards, I let the boy stay there, and then I staged a robbery. I made sure to do it right because one wrong slip up, everything goes up in smoke. Then afterwards, I stabbed a non-fatal area in my stomach, and then I laid on the floor and I called 911. I made sure to sound like a distressed teenage girl, and afterwards, the cops came. When his parents came, I cried. I was a really good actor. I cried and I told them that I failed them again. His parents wept, sobbed, and they kept on saying, "Not again, not again." They kept on saying that repeatedly. The father, upset, the mother, distraught, knowing that the parents just got back from burying their daughter, and now they have to bury their poor son. I was a good actor. No one thought that I had anything to do with it.